My name's Shepard Bridges, and I go to Holy Innocents. In my 18 years, there haven't been too many drastic changes amongst the establishments of my life. After kindergarten, I was enrolled in Holy Innocents, and not too long after that, we moved from Collier Road to Sandy Springs so we could be closer to school. I've lost friendships, and I've gained new ones. My interests have changed. The posters on my walls have changed from superheroes and video games to pictures of the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and more superheroes. Superheroes are awesome. My point is, things change. If not that immensely and not that often, things change. One thing that has never changed, though, is this church. My parents were married here. I was baptized here. I went to the preschool and grew up in the youth. For countless Sundays, I sat right there and allowed myself to get lost and mesmerized by the stained glass. No offense to any of the wonderful sermons over the years, but let's face it, that's pretty hard to compete with. Let me get a little philosophical for a moment so I can say, I think the most beautiful aspect of humanity is the diversity of perspective that we hold. All my peers that have decided to speak today have prepared words channeled by their own personal views, their own individual outlooks on life and the world around them. I might just be overthinking something that's not inherently that fantastic, but indulge me for a moment. Times of truth find us all. Revelations teach us something about the world that we haven't yet found. My most prominent moment found me at a particularly difficult time in my life. A time when I was depressed at the state of my life and didn't see a clear path, only fog and haziness. My despair saw me to an outdoor leadership program where I spent the entire summer before my junior year hiking around the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia and learning how to start a fire with some string, some wood, and a rock. It wasn't as glamorous as it sounds. I think the point of it all is to figure out who you are outside of the comfort of the lifestyle that you know. It's easy to retreat, to retire to familiarity when we feel too challenged. Part of the truth that I have found is that challenge and adversity are essential to personal growth. We fall and we rally. We rise higher than we were before. The hottest fire forges the finest steel. There was a point during that summer that I spent 3 whole days sitting alone in a 30 by 30 plot of the woods, nothing but a tarp tied over a mat to sleep on. But I saw more of what God had given to us in that little piece of land than I had seen in everywhere else I had ever been. Why? Because for the first time I truly saw the dew rolling on the grass, felt the trees flowing with the wind, and heard the birds just living. Wonder and appreciation can be obtained from the simplicities in life. Faith and hope come from feeling in our hearts the pounding of self-manifested destiny, knowing that because we were created with the capacity to live, however we choose to live, we can each change the world if we make the decision. It seems like there's so much evil in the world. So often lately, I see our nation's flag at half-mast. People do terrible things every day and justify their actions with some distorted perception of God's will. Good does not always triumph evil. Sometimes the darkness of the world consumes the light, but that torch that carries hope and justice and goodness, it will never be fully extinguished as long as there are those willing to carry the banner of God's true will. Evil will never have the final victory. Things change. Soon I'll be living on a college campus where not even Peachtree Road will be in my life like it is now, not physically at least. Nothing lasts forever. Happiness fades to sadness, but from gloom sprouts joy and hope. Because we are subjected to evil and good and evil, let us put forth goodness. Because we can, let us love and laugh. To find God, try no harder than Leonard Skinner and be a simple kind of man. This song will not last forever, but because it's playing now and because we are here, let us dance. Thank you. Oh, and rise up.